Okay, hey everybody. If you're just joining, this is Frankie Abbruzzino with the Scoop News. The first minute, I'm actually just waiting for the notification to go out, which it just went out, and then I share it on a couple pages real quick, and it gives the people a chance to show up so they can catch the live local news show. Local news for Sarasota County. Now, this is on Facebook, but I put it on Twitter and my website and everything after I'm done here. So if you know of anyone that's interested, by all means, sharing it. That'd be great if you guys could share this on all of your pages. That would be awesome. And let me share it on one more page, and then we'll get this one going. There's actually a ton of news because normally what I do, hey, Linda, normally what I do is I'll start and just do the past 24 hours, but it's Monday. So there's more than 24 hours. I've been stuck with a ton of computer issues today. I actually had to go out and buy a new CPU just to get this part going, up and going. And I got my laptop here. I got another computer there, and I'm trying to move everything around. And what a lot of people don't realize is that I do everything from the website to the research. There is nobody else here except for myself doing all this stuff, which is sometimes takes a lot. So let's go ahead and get started. Howdy, Jeffrey. If you guys want to comment, if you're new, it's interactive. Comment over there. If I see questions, I'll respond and I'll answer them. If I know the answer, great. Let's go ahead and start off with the debris, because that's been a big discussion. You know, I actually walked outside today. Today is my trash day in the city of Venice, and I noticed that, the debris is still there. There's a huge chair right there, and if you drive through the streets, it's everywhere. And we're facing the same trouble that Tampa and everybody else is facing. And hello from Ohio. Used to live in Beechwood, outside of Cleveland. And so what's happening is everyone's going south to Fort Myers and stuff, because I've heard two different numbers. I've heard they're paying about $10 per square cubic foot more down there, and then I've heard $5. I don't know. What's happening basically is Sarasota went out in Sarasota County. They went out and they got a contract with a company. That company goes out and hires the subs. They can't get the subs to do the jobs. I'm assuming Venice is in the same boat. City of Northport, City of Sarasota. Sarasota seems to be progressing a little bit better. Snooty Memorial. Did anybody make that yesterday? I didn't catch any videos on it. I did see there was some video reports. Basically, you haven't heard anything about the museum. A lot of people were upset with the possible what happened. Why was that thing open, or the screws unscrewed? How did Snooty get in there and pass away? But that sort of died out, and we haven't seen too much of it. I did share something again. And guys, when I give you this stuff, you can go to my website. I send you my website because Facebook doesn't have the search tools they used to have on the page. So if you go to my website, the top right-hand side, the uncensoredreport.com, you can Google any of these keywords and pull up any of these stories, okay? And the first one is this lady, and I haven't seen a lot of shares on it. What did we see? Well, 72 shares when I initially put it out Saturday. It's a lady, and there said missing, endangered. Sarasota County Sheriff's, Google detective, Sarasota County Sheriff, and they're still trying to find her. They have not been able to locate this individual here out of Sarasota County. So if you can help out, great. How about your kids? If your kids are going to school, you can join the free college planning workshop. This is key. My daughter didn't go, and I'm paying through the rears right now for USF. But I tell you what, I know Venice High School is really good with getting grants and stuff for their kids here. If you guys could take advantage of that, because I'm telling you, my daughter's going to USF, and it's expensive. So this is October 5th, 7 to 8:30 at the Venice Performing Arts Center. And basically what they do, free means free. It is free. Basically what you do is, because I went to this event a couple years ago, you sit in there and they tell you about all these programs and what your kids need to do and the process you need to go through. They don't get into specifics, but it gives you the guidelines, the outline to follow so that you can start moving forward for your kids. And I'm going to pay more attention next year, because my other daughter becomes a senior next year, and I should probably be paying more attention this year too. Let's see. This is a side note. And I think I was going to do a rant on it. This whole freaking take a knee thing. It's driving me crazy. And I put something out for the thoughts on it. It's kind of like me. Well, I'm self-employed. I can do whatever the hell I want. But you guys, let's say you work at McDonald's. Are you going to sit there and say, I'm not going to do that because I'm against it? It's not part of my beliefs, and so I'm not going to do it and expect McDonald's not to fire you. I love what Jerry Jones did. I think his name's Jerry Jones with the Dallas Cowboys. He told his guys basically at the beginning of the year, if any of you guys take a knee, you're going to be off the team. And I don't know how many of you know this too. I don't know if they're still doing it. Up to about a year ago, the Department of Defense was paying, I think, somewhere around $3 million to the NFL to show the pride and patriotism that you see at the beginning, mostly the beginning of the games. Hey, Casey. So it just amazes me. They had this perception that they were very patriotic, and when in the back they found out finally the Department of Defense was paying them to do that. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been doing it. And then now their lack of patriotism when it comes to the flag. And to me, it's near and dear to the heart because I'm a veteran. And kudos to the guy with the Steelers that did three terms out there with the Rangers, with the Army in Afghanistan, for defying his coach. And his coach came down on him for doing that, which is incredible. Also, back to the storm debris. You'll notice I hop a lot. If you're just joining, ask any questions up there. Yes, Troy, it is crazy. You can ask questions or you can comment, and I'm watching it as I go along. The pier, somebody threw out something pretty funny. I had to chuckle. I'm friends with Justin over at Finn's. I don't think his dad's a fan of me because he's good buddies with Holic. But somebody said, how much is Finn's and Sharky's putting it out for the pier? Well, nothing. They're not. But I thought it was humorous. But I guess they rushed through the financing. They're looking at about $700,000 to try to repair it. They realize it's a treasure, I guess, if you will, in terms of tourism. For fishing and everything, you do get people coming from all around. I like it. I think it's a good thing. But I think somebody on here, Michael Cecil, came up with a good comment and said, 13 years ago, they built it to withstand a Category 4. We had about a Category 1 in terms of winds hit us. What happened? And can we go back after that contractor? And I don't know if I showed the one video where all the water got sucked out and then came back in. I don't know if somehow that did it, because I've never seen that type of surge where it all gets sucked out. And I've been through a few hurricanes. Let's see. The next one, the World Rowing Championships, I put something out. John Soucy, he's a little crazy. He does great research. He's a little off the wall in terms of writing, but this guy just hammers people, and he's never been sued. And I've seen him write some critical stuff on everybody. He did another one today on Pat Neal, and the connection with that lady, Alex Miller, that just cost us taxpayers $300,000 by quitting. But before that, and I put it out this weekend because he posted something else, how a lot of major media is avoiding what ABC Action News put out. ABC Action News is out of Tampa. I like a lot of the productions. And they put out how it's basically corporate welfare, how it's a boondoggle for Benderson. And I even remember, I listened to all the county meetings in the city, and I remember Nancy Dieter sitting there saying, well, we're giving you $2.5 million, but what's the county getting? And essentially, they said nothing. You're getting screwed. But I love how ABC Action News is also the one that came in and said, hey, look, the state, according to EPA guidelines and stuff, is the Venice and Northport have some of the worst water. And that pisses off the city. But you won't see local media going after that stuff, which is amazing outside of me. But, I get the luxury of, I'm considered media when I do things that they hate and that are they're not in balance with what media journalists are supposed to. And then when they want to pass out and get the media over to talk to them and hand things out, I'm not considered media. So I walk that fine line, I guess. And people tell me when I'm not media. In my mind, this is media. Social media, any kind of media, you're communicating a message. What's going on with the Jetty lease? Oh, you mean Anita's? Paul, that's a good question. And you know what? I think Bob Daniels asked that about a month ago, Councilman Daniels. And I'm going to ask her again, too. They were supposed to be up. I think Bob's leased it after Anita's. Anita had a hell of a deal, guys. I don't know if you realize it. I loved Anita's. They were great. But basically, they were cleaning the bathrooms, and the city was giving them something like $8,000 a year. And then their rent was coming to like $4,000 a year. And they were actually making money just off that deal. Now, off this new deal, the city's going to make the money versus the person there. I'll write Bob, or actually I put them all in spam because they're such jerks, the city council and mayor. I told them never write me again, so I'll go to the city clerk. because Hulk's such an ass, man. And yes, I do cuss, guys. And no, I'm not a normal news guy, so deal with it. There was a guy electrocuted. You heard it first on the Scoop Boat just about, and it's an unfortunate, not something to brag about. This guy, poor guy, got electrocuted, a landscaper, trying to clear off the trees with the wires. That's the second fatality here. We had a FPL fatality down in Inglewood, which got very little attention. I only saw FLA pick it up. So that's a tragedy. I feel for their families. Accident. How about that? Oh, and in the worst place yesterday, Fruitvale Road. This was last night. All lanes were blocked off. And you had it again down here in at Sumter in Northport just this morning. But that Fruitvale, I mean, that's the rowing championships were going on yesterday, and I never finished that. I got sidetracked. See how I do that? So, man, what a nightmare that was. The rowing championships, they're all week. I think there's still tickets available. I didn't ask for credentials to it. I just have no interest in it, and probably because I'm just annoyed at how much money we've given Benderson for it, how much he's going to make, and how much us as taxpayers are going to lose. So I didn't have a lot of interest, and I'm like, well, I'll just share what the local MSM puts out because they appear to have a lot of interest in it. So it is all week. Expect traffic jams up there. Scott, normal, FEMA. I went out there, you guys. I think the video is still at the top of my page, and they're at the Venice Community Center on the south side, I guess, turn west. Go in there I was just driving down the road today down Venice Avenue, and I saw a guy with a house with a blue tarp on it. Impacted by Irma, go there. They said they're not getting a lot of people down in the south area, and so businesses, if your business was impacted, you can go there. And on my report, I put everything you need to bring. There were certain things you need to bring there. So listen to the report. I believe it's at the top. And go down there. They're there from 8 till 8, and they're only there until Wednesday. And then FEMA takes off. FEMA and the SBA's there. Now, the SBA, I'm assuming that's going to be a small business loan. I don't think it's going to be any type of free money grant type thing with like FEMA's giving out. That accident, the murals, they talked a lot about these murals and how neat they are out at the World Championship thing, but those murals have been out for months down in downtown Sarasota. I think I went down and took pictures one time. They are really neat. They're high schoolers that put them up there. It is pretty cool that they put it out there at the World Championship because those kids put a lot of stuff into it, and it's about being culturally diverse and bringing everybody together and all this different stuff. Puerto Rico, I put some stuff up on there because I've gotten a lot of requests. So I think there was just an airlift. I don't know if I shared that today. But I'm sharing some stuff because I've been getting a lot of local requests about Puerto Rico. If you guys know of someone locally that's doing shipments out to Puerto Rico, supplies, anything, let me know and I'll put it out there. I know one lady was pretty upset that nobody from all the way up until Tampa was doing anything locally. And she said she'd be willing to. And I don't think I put the whole message. I just said, does anyone have any information? I didn't follow up on it. But it's a desperate situation there. I go surfing there. My buddy Mad Dog has a condo there, and that place is just devastated, guys. Hey, Gabe, I don't know, Jeff. I haven't heard anything about Gabe doing that. It's a good question. I know Gabe went and took care of during the first one. I think they made a run. I haven't heard about this one. What is this? Recovery from the Fed. Some are being turned away. I put this report out yesterday. If you Google hurricane recovery on my page, Uncensored report, it's about some people are just being turned away and they don't know why. I remember one lady's story. She said, my sons had the same issues. Same thing happened. One son got money. The other one didn't. And this video goes into it. There's another video that says, this is what you need to do if you want to try to ensure that you're not going to get turned away. And, best of luck. I hope they work. I don't know how successful any of them really are. I put out something about being prepared in a crisis, how really we're not. I thought I was one of the more prepared, and I learned during this thing that I'm not as prepared as I like to be. And I found out that I want more gasoline because I realized how fast that went. I have the water, the MREs, the guns, and all that stuff, but I didn't do my windows. I actually had the windows open at one point, and I was out there. Troy, am I wrong? Anchorman don't report the same way as all presidents, men. Uncle Walter's turning over in his grave. Uncle Walter. I did put this new thing out. Oh, not getting a lot of attention from this guy. This kid. He's a running back in Northport High School, a senior. I got to tell you, I'm not into rap. I'm into the old classic rock, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. I saw Pink Floyd in Italy last year. Well, it was Gilmore, but and then punk rock when I'm in the gym working out. So to me, the rap wasn't that great. But, you know, I did it because it's a local kid in Northport High School. He was not getting a lot of shares there, though. My sister, Donna, why she emailed me? She's obviously not watching this. The arrest, what else we got? The crash. How about this? I was surprised to see this. Gone with the Wind. They're doing that annual thing. The libraries across America celebrating Banned Books Week. Gone with the Wind. Why is that a banned book? Anybody got the answer for me on that one? Thank you, Devon. She says A-Gape is flying stuff over. You know, Devon, if you have that information, Pink Floyd does rule. Devon, and hopefully I'm saying your name right, if you have that information and they're looking for people to contribute to it, if you could just either send me an email or post it on the wall, and I'll grab it and share it out there because I haven't seen it at all. They talked about, this was interesting, was a digital short, and they're going to put out more of a message on it later, where ABC Action News was talking about the hazards and this debris, such as rats and snakes and stuff, as it sits there and builds up. The other thing, too, and I was surprised, I put out mosquito control, said they're not even doing the aerial spray. They've done, I think, three, because I think rain interrupted one night in the whole county since Irma. I know we got a lot of standing water. They say there's no huge issues out there. Love the Nation Facebook page. Okay, thanks. So they're not doing any spraying tonight, guys. I guess we're fine. I shared this. Sometimes I'll share those Port Charlotte ones because the bleed over from Northport. My sister lives right there on the border of Charlotte County, Sarasota County, and she's in Northport. And so, you know, a lot of people like seeing the issues that are going on there. And this one was a Michael Brutus who he just got arrested for a deadly crash a year ago, and ends up, I think the mother was on my Facebook page. I didn't even know it because she made a comment. Let's see. How about this? The Wharf. Nobody's really said anything about it. 4 buildings, 4 stories high, 32 condos. My biggest problem with Mike Miller is he built those 9 condos across from there, and he went belly up, and there were all kinds of issues. He's gone up on a few projects belly up, and I don't know if he gets too heavy into them with all the different projects he's got going on. I think the city's too far gone now, guys, to control any development. The other development is the Pat Neal. You're going to be seeing it, I think, on either tomorrow or Wednesday, where they're talking, Pat Neal's looking for an ordinance to change against same time when Mike Miller goes, because he wants to build a road that connects these two things. He doesn't want to do it through his subdivision. The border road folks are against it, but their county, and last time they about 2-3 years ago when they were fighting Neal, basically the council member, Bob Daniels, the thing that's just stuck on my head is, well, I know you guys just live right across the street, but your county, you're not city. He would ask everyone, are you a city resident? And it just annoyed the hell out of me, and I'm a city resident. 9/11 was changed over to today. I didn't see any pictures or videos yet of the memorial in Venice. I don't know if it was anywhere else. I couldn't make it. Neil's handpicked rep Miller. I'm still disappointed about Miller, Alex Miller. She knew what was involved. She said, I didn't realize it was that much work. Come on. You didn't realize how much work was involved. Are you kidding me? And I'm telling you, if you get into this, guys, you'll realize you do know how much work is involved and how much time you have to put in. Most people go for the state rep, which only pays like $32,000 for power afterwards. Just look at Doug Holder. He was a carpetbagger, came in, did that. Next thing you know, he's in this prestigious job. What do we got here? Sheriff warns imposters on YouTube page, acting like him. That's more Charlotte County, but you see it here too. I had it in Venice where a guy was emailing me trying to act like the Venice police chief, and I knew he didn't have a Facebook account. I knew he wouldn't send me what this individual was sending. So, you know, I don't like that crap. So I sent it off to him. And plus I'm friends with the former chief, and, they researched it and somehow tracked the individual down. I don't know if Michelle ever did anything. I think Michelle, this detective there, LaRock, was on top of it. Whatever Mike Miller wants, Mike Miller gets. Yeah, that's basically it. The Sarasota Police still want you to share this if you haven't seen it. Jabez, Jabez. It's on my Scoop Uncensored. Just search it up at the top. This kid's still missing. A lot of people are really concerned about them. They're starting to worry that something bad happened to the individual, and they asked us to share it again today, so I put it back out there. Hopefully they'll find them. What else we got here? BB. I put out, somehow people missed it. I think because I put it out as part of the arrest report. Frank Beebe, the former sheriff's detective, they added another account against him for kidnapping. And I didn't get the specifics on him, and nobody picked it up to see, and I didn't have time to write the sheriff's office for a FOIA request to see what the issue was. He is going through jury selection. I am updating the page as I get information that's coming out on him. He has 18 counts against him, and so he'll be going to trial real soon. I think they just about have the whole jury from the last Twitter feed I saw. Comcast, if you're a Comcast, you can get credits, and it's a process. You just listen to that video, and then there's a website, which is basically xfinity.com/Florida-form, and you can get a credit for a loss of service, which is cool. This one, Lynn Bramwell, good guy. I've never had any issue with him, and I think I even commended him the other day. He's the assistant city manager for Venice. He was the guy that was there communicating a lot to me when I was helping the folks out at the Venice Community Center. Not only myself, all of you guys have brought food, and I know a lot of you guys brought food and water there because a lot of people told me, restaurants and everything. It was great that he reached out and said, hey, thanks, Frank. Thanks to you guys and your team, your fan base and everything for coming out and doing this. Amazingly enough, though, I only hear crickets with the mayor and the other city council. You only hear crickets with the city manager. Normally, they would have sent that out. And you know why you only hear crickets? Because they can't stand me. Come on, put some stuff to the side. Let's get over this, buddy. All right. Biscayne's looking good down in Northport. They're doing some good jobs there with the roads. What else we got there? Accident. It was a guy talking about going 15 miles an hour at a section down here in 75. Boy, that's getting a lot of traction. 89 shares. How many people have seen this? 17,122. He's talking about an area down 75 where there's a lot of accidents, and I didn't see a lot of comments. One did catch my eye, though, and I don't know why, the notification or something. And the guy's like, well, maybe if he wasn't doing 15 in the fast lane, he'd move over. You always got the smart ass that has to put a comment up there. Let's see. So I guess a lot of people are finding interest in there because there are a lot of accidents right there, and I don't know what the deal is. There's a legal aid hotline now. If anybody is looking for an attorney, this is through Florida CERT. Florida CERT is a source out there that provides information like this FEMA, Florida Recovery. So that's a valid number to look for if you need some help, legal help in regards to Irma. University was closed off for a while for accident. Adam Chellaney with WWSB was right there, so he was recording it. I guess he was stuck in the actual traffic. What else we got here? We're coming up on the prostitute one in a second, I think, folks. Saratoga Club. This is always fun. Sun Fiesta. It's like, what, 3 days, two and a half days. It's down here in Venice. It starts right around the corner, and we'll start sharing most of that stuff. It happens right at Centennial Park. Always a fun event. I always go out there. I'll do a live feed from there. No Community is trying to expand Milano. That's that whole expansion thing. They can never get, yeah. News release. This is good news. SAT, November, registrations up for free. School districts waiving that charge. So if any of your kids are getting ready to take the SAT, we all know some of them take it a few times. And so that's a good deal. I think, what is it, $50? I think it's $50 when my daughter took it. Mosquitoes, we already covered that. How, you know, I haven't seen any follow-up on this one. Minnesota Beach Daily, I think I've said it before. This is a guy who sits out there with the actual two-way radio listening to all the calls. So he's pretty legit. And he heard where Sarasota Sheriff's Office was being called on a complaint on Minnesota Beach Road that a white truck had shot a turtle in the area. And I haven't heard anything from that. And I didn't happen to go in. Usually I'll pull the dispatch, and I didn't on that one. Jack Randall Roundabout, 35 shares. I really thought that would get more activity. How often is it you see someone going the wrong way on the roundabout. And I wish I had my other program. I don't have my other program hooked up to this computer yet where I can put the video up there, superimpose it as we're doing this. But that's funny. I don't know why, but it is funny, especially when you hear so many conversations surrounding that. What else we got here? Sex offender. I think I put something out on this guy. I shared it again because the Sarasota Sheriff's Office put it out. But Jesus Christ, I think I've been sharing sex offenders every freaking day. Someone was what? Caitlin, if you go to the uncensoredreport.com and type in roundabout at the top search thing, you'll find it. Somebody went the wrong way at the roundabout on Jacaranda and Venice. You probably can find it, though. It's only like 10 stories down. 5 men arrested. Prostitution. I'm 41. You know what? This is like the third batch of arrests there in about 2 months. You would think the word would get out. Don't solicit hookers right there. Apparently it's not. 5 guys. And what sucks is you get your mugshot up there. Yeah, that sucks. All right. Let's see. What else we got here? Protect yourselves from unlicensed activity. Verify their license online or call 850-487-1395. Don't get taken by any of these punks. Northport continues their push for a hospital. They have it's actually a template you could send in saying, hey, we really want this hospital, and they give you a template. It's all set up. You just send it off, and it makes the whole process that much easier. Unfortunately, a lot of times when people do that, I could tell, the government officials can tell that it's a coined template that everyone's using, and it's better if you go out and create your own wording and write your own letter saying, yeah, we really need this hospital. But any form of communication is good, and there's something out there where Northport continues their push for that. What are we? Today's Monday. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a daily show tomorrow because I was supposed to take off today to go surfing, and I had computer problems, so I haven't left for the East Coast yet. So I don't know if I'm going to go. So I may or may not be on tomorrow. And I think that's it. And let me see Devlin left that information up here somewhere. Love the Nation. So Love the Nation is the list of supplies that Agate needs that they're bringing to the PR. That's cool. All right. So, and I'll put something out. I'm going to go visit that page and see what it's all about. Any more questions? Any questions over there? I don't see anything popping up. Okay, guys, everybody have a great day. Remember to share this. Share this because I'm trying to get it out there more. Then I'll really piss off the local MSM. This has been Frankie with the Scoop News.